Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be sharing a more personal, vulnerable story with you guys. It is my skinny shaming story. So when I was like a little kid, I was chubby. And then as I grew up, I was skinny and I was smaller than like other kids my age. My family are all pretty small and petite, so that's pretty normal in my family. So in grade 10, when I started dating boys, some of the boys that I dated would always be like, oh, you're so skinny, you should eat more, my chest is bigger than yours. And one time this guy like named people in our school who, like, girls who were skinny but they had like bigger chests than me, and so I just like started crying and I left the apartment. And then he came after me and he started apologizing and like he was like, oh, I was just joking. And then I literally, like, I didn't care, I was crying and I was like, nah, and then I just left him. And then this other guy in college, I had a crush on him, and he knew that I worked out at school, and he was like, oh, it doesn't look like you work out, like all I can see is bones, your legs are so skinny, all I can see is bones. And then I was like, okay, why are you body shaming me? And then another time was when I was in college again. I was in the weight room and I was wearing like leggings, and it takes me a lot to wear leggings because I know that my legs are skinny and I'm like very like cautious about it. So I was walking to a bench, and there were these two other guys who were on like another bench, like one bench away from me, and one of the guys pointed at me and they were like, to the other guy, he was like, oh, do you like girls like that? And he was like ha 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 ha, like I need a girl who eats. And I literally, like, I was like looking at them in the eyes like the whole entire time that they were talking about me like that, and I just like stormed off to the washroom and I started crying. And then I came back later and they were gone, and I just like worked out. I should have actually told the weight room worker there at the time so they could like kick them out, but I was like shy and I didn't really speak up for myself a lot, so I wasn't, plus I was like very cautious, like conscious about my body, and I was like, I just want to work out and leave. Another time I was in school and I was walking into the class, and this girl who was like basically the same size as me, she was like, oh, you're so skinny, you should eat. And in my head I was like, we're the same size, like you look like me. But I didn't say anything because like back then I didn't stick up for myself, but I really should have. But what I have learned is that people who body shame other people are actually insecure themselves, or they're jealous, and secure people only lift up others, they don't put other people down. So just like keep that in your head. If like you're getting body shamed yourself or people are like making fun of you, just know that those people who are saying those like awful things or criticizing you, they are not secure people themselves, and that's how come they're projecting their insecurity onto you, and they're trying to feel better by putting other people down. So what I would like do in situations like that is I would like stick up for myself. I'd be like, why are you saying that? I don't body shame you, you are body shaming me, you're making me feel sad. I would say those things because sometimes people like, they only think of themselves and they don't consider other people's feelings. So sometimes like once you say that to them, they kind of like get it in their heads. It might not click the first time, but like if they say it again to someone else, it might click, and like before they say it to someone else, and they might be like, oh, the last time I said like, oh, she's so skinny, I hurt someone's feelings, so I won't say that. And then they might stop before they actually say something like that to someone else again. Also, I just want to say that I grew up wearing like size 0 jeans. There's nothing wrong with that. They make them for a reason. If someone skinny shamed me now, I would just say, my weight is none of your concern. Or I would say, I don't criticize your weight. Can you not criticize mine? Or I would just actually bluntly say, can you stop skinny shaming me? And lastly, I would say, I don't appreciate your comments. You're making me upset. My advice to anyone who is being skinny shamed is to stand up for yourself. I know it's actually hard sometimes in like confrontational situations, but if you do stick up for yourself, it is really good because you get to voice your opinion and you get to voice to them that they are wrong and that they're making you sad by doing so. I also never understood how come like people can say things to skinny people, like skinny shame them, like be like, oh, how come you don't eat as much, or like you should eat more, or you look so skinny. But when it's the other way around and it's like calling people fat, it's wrong. I feel like both are wrong and like nobody should be body shamed at all. I've also heard people say curves, not bones. And in my head, that's like body shaming people who are naturally skinny or who are just skinny in general, because it's saying like bones aren't acceptable, but curves are. I personally feel that we are all more than our looks. And personally, like, to be honest, if someone were to skinny shame me now or say something like, or criticize my body, like, or the way it looks now, I like automatically think like there's an issue that's going on with them that's wrong, and there's no issue that's wrong with me. Every human being is different in size, and who actually cares? Like, who cares about other people's body standards? Like, we shouldn't be living up to their standards. As long as we're healthy and we're happy and we're okay with our body, that's all that should matter. Like, I live for myself and my purpose in this life. Plus, I think like if you have time to criticize other people, like I personally, I don't have time to do that because I'm too busy like chasing after my goals and trying to like live my purpose and live like this life journey. Like, life's a journey. I don't have time to put people down. I have time to uplift other people. I have time to experience what life has to offer, and I have time to actually listen to people who I care about and who I know cares about me. So by worrying about what other people are saying to you or if they're shaming you, you're just wasting time, and time is only ticking down. Like, we only have so much time in our life. We actually don't know our life clock. So it's important to just utilize the time that we do have on good things. So with that being said, don't let skinny shamers bring you down. They are definitely not worth it. Stay on your journey and your path in this life and be secure enough with yourself that you don't even care what they have to say. What they say shouldn't hold any value over you, and like DJ Khaled said, like they don't matter. Like, you know, you are worthy, you are amazing, and you are so much more. You look amazing in size 0 jeans, or maybe you look amazing in size 00 jeans. Either way, you look amazing. Like, I remember in therapy when I first started out, I would be crying in therapy sessions, like crying about how skinny I was and how I wasn't able to like get myself to eat more. It definitely took me a long time to create new thoughts in my head that I actually believe to this day about myself. I also want to say that I remember back in the day, people would like measure people's like wrists like this, and they would go up, and like people would do it so many times, like going up, the more like you're able to touch your other finger around, like the skinnier the person was. And I feel like doing that is kind of toxic, and it further perpetuates the narrative that like, you know, there is like you're allowed to skinny shame people. Like, in my family, our food portions like at meal times are a lot smaller than when I go out at like restaurants with my friends, or just like restaurants in general, or like my friends in general, because like we all come from different cultural backgrounds and different backgrounds in general, that like food portions at meals are different for everybody. But I also want to say a good thing is like at restaurants, because the food portions are so big, my friends normally like they finish it like while we're there, while I like pack up the leftovers, and I can enjoy it like the next day. or it's great for like another 2 meals. Like I love eating restaurant food, and the more that I could have it, like the more happier I am. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah. And also I just want to say that leg gaps or like thigh gaps are normal, and you don't have to be ashamed of that. I remember like I would look at myself, like I would know that I have a leg gap and I'd be like ashamed that my legs are smaller than like other people, or like my legs look like skinny in skinny jeans or leggings, and that's completely normal. I eat enough, and yeah. So with that being said, stay body positive. We are more than our looks and how our body is, and uplift other people. And if people try to put you down, voice your concern and your frustration and your sadness to them, because if they're already like criticizing you, then like they're not taking into account your feelings. So if you voice your concerns, then maybe they could get it through their head like that they're hurting other people by saying those things. And yeah, I hope everyone's having a good start to the week. I know I am. Halloween, I'm still getting over that because like, you know, I had a nice party. And yeah, so with that being said, I will see you guys in another video. Bye.